Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mir Musk, the Vince Kelvin interview. Vince, how are you doing, brother? How are you doing today?
Amazing, superb, phenomenal, astonishing.
Yeah, for people who don't know,
Serious day though. Twice a year I act serious, and it happens to be one of those twice a year. So I will be very serious today.
Awesome. I love it.
well, we're going to get into a lot of it. And for people who don't know Vince, he's a legend. He's been working his craft for many, many decades, studying the interaction between male and females in the social dynamics sphere.
Yes.
And you might have seen him around online. I know this is something that has been brought up, but you have like some world record, right?
Of makeouts.
What?
Yeah.
Whole world records, makeouts.
Oh shit. What constitutes as a makeout?
Well, an exchange of saliva to some degree.
Okay.
You know, involvement of the tongue.
Right. The French.
Proximity of the lips. Although I've learned from porn stars to just purely use the tongue.
There you
Oh, shit.
go.
Okay. What's
So,
your
and I
number
hope
at?
that's not gonna. People are gonna say no. The lips were not touching. It does not qualify as an actual makeout. But
Right.
I've had a lot of them. I enjoy kissing, and it changed a little bit the past couple of years. But I
Right.
love making out. I love kissing.
It's very intimate, I think, you know. Sometimes even more than
It's
sex.
still very taboo. Why not? Right? Why
Right.
not? We accept so many things, and certain we still like all weirded out about. Oh, kissing! Oh my god!
I got a question for you. I always found this interesting. I've heard from a few ladies that sex is actually not as intimate as kissing is. Have you ever heard of that before?
Never. First time ever.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm processing it still. I like it. I've had interesting experiences. Sometimes I've had girls who absolutely didn't want to kiss. I remember I was walking around at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm with that girl that I just grabbed from Hot Topic. She worked over there, all tattooed up before it was cool to tattoo your
Right.
face.
She's a
She
baddie.
already had tattooed on her face. She absolutely didn't want to kiss, but she had no problem touching me in a public place.
Yeah. See, I don't get that, man.
Yeah.
Could be
Strange.
some generational things, different areas, different things. I could see what you're saying, Mir, but even on that note of the dynamics and everything, going back, so you have been an OG of OGs when it comes to this stuff. Like you were studying this stuff long before, and frankly, helping, mentoring many. Like I don't know if now the trendy term is like incels or shy guys or whatever, people who don't struggle with this type of stuff. So you've been doing this type of thing going back a long ways, right? But not to get in, but I heard you say in an interview that you were actually doing it on both sides. You were helping men in some aspects of their personality and relationships, and then you're helping women too, right?
Yeah, I've had a record of women client lately. There's a really known, incredible therapist. She's a friend who contracted me. Her name is Catherine Alman. Catherine was, for example, the head. I forgot the title. It's not called the president, but the CEO, the person in charge at the Beverly Hills Mental Health Hospital, and so on.
Right.
So she also studied with Osho decades ago, and she writes a lot of books. And in one of her book, most recently, she talked about how she contracted me for 1 year, and her goal was to first have fun and be a pickup artist as a woman, and then she wanted to find a man of her words were high caliber, and we manifested. And what's funny is a lot of guys would probably not invite me to their wedding. But when I was invited by Catherine to her wedding, I entered, and her family, and on both sides, beautiful families. You can tell they were very intelligent,
Right. Very sophisticated.
I entered, and she goes, "Oh, that's Vince, my pickup coach." So that was very refreshing. And she mentioned the success we had working together. She had working with me in her book.
Right.
And many women have contacted me since. They're hoping that I'm going to help them manifest, a soulmate, or
Mhm.
and you just never know. I also got contracted. I'm on contract, but a top celebrity, you would see the woman, you would melt. You'd be like, what? That woman is seeking help. Some guy was taking advantage of her, and it's all very confidential. But
Right.
and anyway, enough said. But yes, I work with more women.
That's incredible. So I want to get into your history. Start there. You're, from my research, you're Swiss, right?
Good research. Yeah. I was born in Switzerland, very close to the border, the French border.
And
Okay.
you grew up over there. Now you're stateside. But what got you into discovering and studying in this type of stuff? I guess you'd call it.
It's very interesting. If I'm genuine, I remember when I was a kid, and I got to go fast. The longer you live, the faster you got to go when you tell your story. So
Right.
you can do it in chunk, just in case. And I want to make sure we extract value for your watchers, your listeners, and so on. We had a unique opportunity to travel when I was a kid. And back then, Europe was not united. So the longest you could stay if you were not a citizen of a country was 3 months. So we would do 3 months in London, 3 months in Amsterdam, 3 months in Paris, and the summer in Italy. And we traveled a lot like that. And we were homeschooled. And one day, like a total little cart man, my sister said, we want to be like the other kids. We want to go to school. And I was like, yeah, we want to be like the other kids. We want to go to school. And then we traveled back to Switzerland, stayed with my grandparents for a bit. And I always remember I entered, like, it was like 1 or 2 years into the regular program. And I saw those 2 little boys fighting over a plastic toy. And my energy went like, oh, no, what did I do?
Get myself into.
But then there were those 2 girls, Stephanie and Angelique. I've always favored Angelique, but I ended up with Stephanie somehow. And I could smell their hair across the room. And that kind of reassured me. That eased me. So it was always a little bit of a passion. Then I pursued a journey in music. And I went to the best music schools on the planet, starting in Switzerland. I went to the Swiss Jazz School, to the Conservatory of Music, Berklee College of Music in Boston. Then I had the very bright idea. I remember some of my buddies were like, oh, you probably be back going to America. You probably be back within weeks. And I said, no, I'm never coming back. A 19-year-old,
Right.
I'm never coming back. And they said, and how are you going to do it? And I said, well, I'm going to get married.
The smart man.
And suddenly comes that girl. We were in the dorms, and she made everybody shy. She was wearing platform shoes. She was wearing a coat, and it was the Madonna days. So she opens her coat, and she's bra and lingerie underneath. And I noticed she's making everybody shy. And she would have been a lot of fun for 1 or 2 nights. I could probably even have said, like, 2 other guys, give me yours, I give you mine. But, a little 19-year-old me, I thought, here's my candidate. In a movie, oh my God. And it took me a long time to not fall for girls that would do great in movies, but in real life are very unpractical.
Right.
Oh my God. And this girl was like so all over the place. And with her, and I take responsibility, we hit a major rock bottom. Nutcase. I can tell you stories about her that are absolutely surreal. We were in Paris once. And, that sometimes I even intervene as an adult. I don't know if you guys ever had that. You can't, you're a guy and you apply yourself a little bit more, and comes that chick that wants to be above the law. Mm-hmm. Like I saw the other day, it was dangerous to cross. And this girl was like telling a guy, come on.
Come on, you pussy.
Let's get run over. Oh my God. Yeah. What a great idea. Fuck yeah. So she was a world record of that. And, I didn't have it in me to say, no, that's not a clever idea. Okay. So little by little, I'm following this crazy chick. We're in Paris doing some music. She insists on not paying what was 1 franc, French franc back then, to enter the subway. Oh my God, what a thrill. I'm jumping over it. Comes those two little old ladies from the RATP, the train control. And I'm thinking to myself, shouldn't they be retired? Look at that. They still make those little women work. And they say, ticket, please. And she goes, and who the fuck are you, Miss?
Oh, that's hot.
And she grabs the lady by her scarf, one of
Yeah.
her scarf, and go, boom!
Oh shit,
in one shot. And yeah, I mean, in La Femme Nikita or a movie,
dude, that's
you
rock and
know,
roll.
we'd be like, oh my God, I want that chick, but to live with her, oh,
Vince, baby, that's rock and roll, dude. That's rock and roll right there.
But it's not wise though. And from that rock bottom, I had to reach out. So, you know, and then she ended up dying. And
Rest in peace.
so here I was a widow in my early 20s. I was a widow. One of the toughest things to do for me is fill up the application, and they give you those options: widow, married, single, engaged, divorced. I'm all of them. I'm all of them. I am divorced. I'm all of them. So from there, it had to change. And I was blessed with leverage, because we're all capable of a lot more than we know. But we usually wait until either a very unique opportunity is there, but it's often too late. Okay. Mm-hmm. We cannot practice on the day of the concert. We cannot start training on the day of the Super Bowl. Or we wait till it really gets messy. And as a coach in 30 years, who are those who make the most progress? Those who have an immediate opportunity, but sometimes it's a little late. Or those who really have, you know, guy calls me, it's the middle of the night, she's leaving, what can I do? I don't want to divorce, blah, blah. That guy is going to apply himself, or woman, more than anybody else. So then I dived into self-help, any resource. You know, I'm not going to say I read all the books, but I read a lot of books. I started to work for Tony Robbins, Marshall Silver.
Yes.
I got certified time and time again. Till people saw me and asked me if I was doing the Ross Jeffries system. Then I brought a girl to Ross Jeffries. Let the truth be known, okay? Because he was fast at going like, oh, this is my best student. No, this is the dude that brings you girls. Wake up. We're going to revive an old feud. No, by now, you know.
I don't mean to pride on, you know, like, ask you this. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. How did your wife die?
You know what? It's funny because when I was on No Jumper, on No Jumper, he asked the question, and then I said, it's still under investigation. And some people were putting in the comment, it's probably him. It's probably him.
Nah, you're a sweetheart. You wouldn't have killed nobody.
But it's still under investigation. The closest, you know, I felt for those who are in that place. It was before the internet. So I went to the Hollywood Wilcox station time and time again. Her mother was going also. And crazy story. I'm at the Wilcox Hollywood station and they go, oh, you look like an actor. Are you an actor? And I go, no, but I do a lot of stuff. And then the cops were more interested to show me their headshots at the station. They were like, if you know anybody, they were passing headshots to me. Yeah. And, but the best they could say, it probably, you know, she passed out. She probably died in some or somewhere, something like that. Very, very, very sad. Very sad, you know.
So I got a question for you also real quick, Vince. So what manifested your vibe, not your vibe, but your look that you portray out to people and to females and to males? What kind of built that look and what inspired it?
Well, you know, it's a work in progress.
Okay.
But as a musician, I've always was paying attention to the looks.
Right.
I did go corporate at some point, but even as a corporate coach, I remember I was a member of the National Speakers Association. Some of the other members were people like Brian Tracy and so on. And they came to me and they said, we love what you did. Your presentation was incredible, but your suit, it's too shiny and you're supposed to button it. You're showing your chest. Okay. So even then, it was pretty shiny, flashy. Uh, I just love fashion. And here's two things that are imperative. Okay. We got to apply ourselves. Some of the old school teachers that I had, like Zig Ziglar, would always say, dress for success. Okay. And it's our style, but when we apply ourselves, there's guys who insist on never dressing well, and it won't appeal to the kind of women they want to appeal to. So dress well, groom based on what you love. It's got to be congruent. For me, I love fashion, I love music. I used to be a tattoo artist, so that's a look that feels good to me. Don't dress to please others. I never followed trends. When everybody was wearing mohawk, I didn't wear one. I had long hair.
So basically, be you and wash your nuts, basically.
That's it, and shave them, preferably.
Yes, you gotta fucking shave.
Here's my question to you guys: Nair and nuts. No one can seem to answer. Not even the makers of Nair. Is Nair safe on nuts?
I've never done
somebody.
Nair.
If there's somebody else
I don't
right
use
out
that
there,
shit.
I'm not gonna try it. I don't want to. I have Nair. I Nair my chest, but I won't Nair my nuts.
Right. Have you used it?
Watching this, please tell us what is your take on it. Nair on nuts, yes or no? And if anybody wants to try it.
Yeah, I would say no. I wouldn't do it either. I'm in the same boat as you, so
I don't trust it.
Would you guys be even more filled of admiration if I tried it? And I'm talking you guys in general.
Right. Us younger generation.
Yeah.
I volunteer, and then I'll have
I'll take
a world record, but also I'll be known like, and he was the one who volunteered himself to find out that Nair was indeed not safe on nuts.
Well, I'll take the COVID shot, but I won't do Nair. That's the only thing.
That would be a good song, right? I'll
Right.
take a COVID shot, but I won't do Nair. No.
Yes.
No.
And you,
and here's the second thing. Okay, here's the second thing. The one thing, I even was with Cougar at some point. I dated this woman.
Ooh, do bad bitches, old bitches are good.
Multi-millionaire. The widow of the guy from Sea Biscuits. If you ever seen the movie,
yes,
she would fly with an airplane to come see me. But I remember the first thing she told me. She said, "You're not afraid to be you." So guys to guys, we don't know the dynamic. But if you knew the amount of women who would say, "I would never dress like you do, but wow, that's hot. You're not afraid to be you." And here's the conclusion. Tell me what you think of it. Okay. I think in life, there's nothing worse than close, but not quite. I remember when we were playing music, we would turn around and we were like, we're not like as famous and as good as those guys, but we can play like them. It drives you crazy. Okay?
Right, because you're right there, but you're not there.
Close. You could make it to the league or something. So all those women that their beauty is like, it's up there. They're lacking a little ingredient, like they can see like the Instagram model and Starlight really is doing well, and they know they're close to that, but not quite. So they crave that commodity.
It's evil.
And when you're a demonstration of that, they go like, "Oh wow, I want to be more like you."
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it ties into, from what I've boiled out of a lot of this stuff, the confidence, and not like false bravado confidence, but the true confidence is what they can sense. It's not something that they see necessarily. It's like something that comes along with confidence when you have it, that the women will be attracted to.
Confidence is a tough one. Confidence is a tough one. I was a pure disaster, and at the end they went like, "Well, I guess it's all about confidence." But if we go to anyone and we go, "Be confident." Thank you. I know that, but how? Right. How do you define confidence? So it's really a little more intricate. So we gotta break it down. And I think that the mistake we can easily make is to be overly conditional. To me, there's almost like a triad, okay, or 3/3 of 3 slices. If you want to experience a new feeling of you, first you must decide, and there's a big distinction, okay? Watch, like the triangle is the tip, and that's the balls. The balls of it, you got to watch out, because complaining is very different than resolving. And we hear you got to resolve, but most keep it at, yeah, for me, I have approach anxiety, my problem. That you can do that for the rest of your life. I know people who do that. It's only when you say it has been a severe problem for me, but I'm ready and willing and committed to do whatever it takes to change this now.
Yeah, they have to want to change it.
Where if your buddy was next to you, he'd be like, oh, he means it. Okay. You got to start to mean business so others know you mean business.
Correct.
So once we have that, we shift from worrying, complaining, even if it's mild, and now we're in resolve, intention, certainty. Then one aspect of it is drop the conditions. Okay. Unconditional confidence. Yes, I'm a little bit older, but everybody's going to be a little bit older. Oh, wow, I didn't really get to do my hair the way I like to do them today, but that's okay. Second is I'm not alone, because too many guys, they filter one way to objectify women that's even more ridiculous or equally ridiculous than mistreating is to think that they're to iconize, to see a woman as a thing that's perfect. No, we're all human. So I teach humanize, become less conditional, drop the conditions, right. Humanize, and then apply yourself, because the better we do, the more we are going to feel good about ourselves. Okay?
Right. So if like a guy is just like, hey, I can't be with her because her teeth have a space in between them, or her front toes longer than the other one, those weird conditions they have for women. So that applies to that. No one's fucking perfect at the end of the day. You need to accept that and move forward.
Yeah. And even when we say that, we go like, no one is fucking perfect. Think about it. It almost sounds like, but she's almost. We're all humans. Okay. Right. I'm going to shift gear. I teach a model that's called a multi-dimensional model, and we're here for the sake of entertainment. So one aspect is playfulness, being wild, being a bit of a bad boy and so on. One other aspect is wisdom. Okay. And I think that the more we exercise wisdom, the better off we are. Momentarily, it could pay off if I do something stupid. My peers could be like, oh my God, it's so funny. Oh, it's so crazy. I've done plenty of that, but we want to exercise wisdom. So anyone we encounter, it's almost as if there's those forces of gravitation all around. Okay. Is there anybody here, watching this, that we all have the same elements? So you meet a girl, you got to know that most likely there is something that she knows she should do, but she's not doing it, and she's sweating to some degree with that. One.
Right.
There's something that she did that she wished she had not done. All of us, we carry, according to Carl Jung, a sense that at some point we did something wrong or somebody did us wrong. So, now we got one burden of, oh yeah, I know I should do this, but we got a second burden of, oh yeah, and so wasn't right with me, or I shouldn't have done this. I should have stayed in school. I should never have been with that guy, whatever. Two burdens. That's a lot. If 100% symbolizes ability to be conscious, that's at least 20% that's gone. So you're addressing 80% at that point. Okay. What else do we add? There's also money concern. Everybody has money concerns.
You gotta have money.
You think that the girl, what if the girl is
from a rich family, or she's from
pants only, whatever. The more you have, the more people want your money, and the more if you walk down the street, you drop $10. Oh shit! You drop a prepaid credit card. Oh, how much was there left on it? There was $10. No big deal. You drop like wow, there was $1,000, $10,000. So the more we have, the worry doesn't go. The money worry. Okay. And then there's moods. Each day, it's easy to be honestly, the last time I was really rested, okay, we're always a little tired. And I could go on like that. So all of that makes it be that no matter how beautiful she may be, and make no mistake, quick two stories, okay?
Yes, sir.
I narrow it down to one.
All right, perfect.
At some point, I got offices at 64 Sunset Boulevard.
Right.
I was the only person of my type having an office there. Everybody else, there was the show Blind Date next to me. At some point, they even wanted my office. They offered me money to also have my office, the show Blind Date. And it was all casting agents. And I met a couple of them, and those guys, they were hilarious because outside of casting, they would be like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. When it came to casting, they were so harsh. So each day I was in the elevator going to my office. Most of my clients back then were women. I was a hypnotherapist. And I would see those girls that every guy would be like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. They were all nervous because they wanted a part and they didn't know who I was and why I was in the elevator. I could have been the guy running the casting.
Right.
And I got to partake in a couple casting, and those guys were brutal. They were like, no. I'd be like, she's perfect. What are you talking about? So I've learned that we got to watch out for us. And I know things change, but, yeah, maybe, now it's even the opposite. But as a guy, know that don't mistaken it. The next woman you go, oh my God, she's so beautiful. She may not make it to the cover of a magazine if that's the type they're searching for. Don't hallucinate that. So humanize.
All right.
Well, that's like a framing thing too, right? Like, because in the context of being the casting director, it's their job, and it's not them personally, so they can be as brutal and whatever. But then, if you took that same situation into a bar, all the pressure's on them. And that's something that set and setting place of them being in that place completely changes their behavior and actions just based on that. And that's something that, would probably cause them stress, I guess.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. And I think it's also another interesting element is to not misread. There's a lot of misreading between men and women and men, misreading. The more I grow with this art, the more I realize that what I used to think was a sign of her not liking me is a sign of her maybe not liking herself, not knowing. Okay, we all tend to take things too personally.
Right. So I got a question for you. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Chow.
Go Mir.
No, I got a controversial question for you now, Vince.
Ooh.
So what is your take on the patriarchy versus the matriarchy of dating now? Because I know since we're in modern times, we can't just push women around like we used to anymore, and or dictate how that we should just approach them. And we have to be more considerate in the feeling of their emotions and their feelings, and likewise, so forth and so forth. My question to you is, as we're transitioning in the 21st century towards a more not female dominated, but a more emotional dominated atmosphere of dating for men and for women, how would you encourage men? Because we're so used to a more patriarchal environment in being with women.
I would start to question everything. Question everything. Number one, are we? My humble experience of men for the past 30 years is, if I was to look for a true good man for my sister, I would encourage every man, for the sake of the wellness of my sister, to man up a little bit. So let us not hallucinate things necessarily, because there is the presupposition. There's a lot of false presuppositions. Okay? What are we really dealing with? I think that there's repercussions like echo. Mm-hmm. And we cannot be fooled by the echo, okay? Because if it goes echo, that's already not the source. Echo. So maybe like earlier than that was the problem. I've met men that are so sweet. I remember I once was with Lizzie Ling. We're in a nightclub with Lizzie Ling. I don't know if you know Lizzie Ling. I was on her show, This Is Life. She had the show on CNN, and I think she's back with something on ABC, if I'm correct. Forgive me, but and we grow very fond of each other. And I think she's a genuine feminist, and she's a person. She will defend causes and so on. Oh,
Yes.
I am hot. I'm so hot. Yes.
Yo, yes,
You
sir.
want a little dance, or you want a little trance?
You're turning me on, bro.
We're in a nightclub in Las Vegas, filming for
Yeah.
CNN. Lisa Lynn goes, we're talking, that's the topic. We walk around, and I said, look, and what we're seeing is the sweetheart guys, okay? So let's not hallucinate, and let's not make the mistake. I'm going to shift gear and really help all the men out there and the women out there, okay? Because, also, I'm coaching a new woman. It's been 3 weeks. She's 23. She is disappointed because she cannot find a real alpha male. She wants a real alpha male. And she said, I want an old school alpha guy.
Right,
So
like
easy to
1950s
get
vibes.
confused. And controversy. What is the purpose of controversy? To stir.
Yeah, you want drama.
In Buddhism or any of those things, they suggest try to let go of that. Now I can gossip, I can talk shit, but I'm also trying to let go of that. So make no mistake, times don't change so much. There is the echo. The guys, it's been 2-3 generations that they're super sweet. Even I'm this pickup guy, but most of the time I will let my girlfriend sleep and I will do the fucking dishes. Her mom and her mom's best friend met me. Her mom is a little younger than me, and they said you're really not like every other guy. So make no mistake, we've always been defenders of women. Okay.
Yes, of course.
So as a man, it's easy to have it backwards. Anyone that has studied the pickup, one of the first things that starts to happen, they come out of scarcity. The most horrific action men can commit that are disgusting. They're rooted at the psychological standpoint in scarcity. Okay, if we suddenly everything changes, we've seen it a little bit. We had a glimpse when there was a penury of food. Very sane people started to act very weird because there's lack of supply. Many wise people have said you remove all supply upon the planet, you're going to have some of the most educated, sophisticated people and so on that would stab each other just to be able to eat. Okay. Times it's like that. You guys ever read that like it's a shock when you read it. It's a gentleman who's supposed to be an expert who talks about like nothing new will ever be invented and so on. And you think, when was this written? And you get to the end of it. It's in a lot of great self-help book. And the guy was talking about petroleum, lamp with petrol. Okay. So even back then, they don't buy into that. Okay.
Right.
There's 3 motions with time. Okay. 1, pendulum. If it goes far one way, suddenly it goes far the other way. We've seen it. Okay. Suddenly it's like everybody's like, oh, narcissistic. And now there's females accusing female of being narcissistic. But honestly, would you imagine? Everybody put your hands together for Mother Teresa. She's back. I'm going to tell you about narcissists. I don't think Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa was a bitch. Fuck her. When she got no, fuck Mother Teresa. When she got sick, she went to the best doctors in fucking Europe. All right, she didn't stay in fucking India, or the fuck she was, and try to get better. Fuck her. She used all that goddamn money.
Oh, so maybe let's say, but you know what I mean, right? We were to conceive of this is a very wise person. Would they arrive and the first thing they do, they use name towards others? So it repeats itself. It goes one side and then it goes the other side. Right. And it cannot change because there's the element also, if we all stayed together, the same people forever, okay? Then we would eventually come to certain understanding, but new people arrive that don't have the understanding. They have a plus and they have a minus, and then there's the crisscross of generation. And then, there's always like Chesterfield, the cigarette of the sportsman. You hear that? The cigarette of the sportsman. But guess what? Back then, everybody fucking bought into it. Back then, nobody goes, what nonsense is that? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. There's always 3 categories of people. There's those, no matter what you do, they will find some wrong with it. There's those who don't really care, and there's those who like. And that's never going to change no matter what we do. There's the pendulum. There's shifts.
Mhm.
But those shifts, like when this, what we're doing right now, will be the equivalent of a gramophone.
I like how you frame it. But one of the major things now in dating that you must have some insight into is how big of a shift is this new epoch of dating with online, with the apps and all that type of stuff. Are you seeing anything change over the years? Or is it, I know it's not the fundamental person and the fundamental dynamics are still the same, but like, how has this kind of thrown things into a new realm, I guess?
Okay. Well, there's the promise. And the promise is there's a misconception. You have instant access. Okay. The difference is right now I can go on a dating app. I got my phone right here. Okay. Assuming my phone is charged and it's near me or whatever device, I have instant access. I also have access to other places. I could announce that I'm going to be somewhere and access people where I'm not yet. Okay. And that is amazing. But that doesn't make it easier. Okay. So, it doesn't really change that much. It doesn't really change that much.
Just changes the speed and frequency of
The
different
issue
things,
is always
right?
the same. Okay.
Yep.
The issue is always the same. We got to watch because we're one, men and women.
Yes.
And at the same time, we're different. But we got to embrace that. If on our side, men, we start to get a little upset at women, it's not going to bring us closer. If women get a little upset at men or fearful, it's not going to get them closer. So come together right there. Don't make that mistake. That mistake will be costly. At best, you be on guard. Okay? So
Right.
try to be the higher change. Like there's nothing new in being upset a little bit. Like, yeah. People meet, they go, oh my God, I just met this guy. Oh my God, I just met this girl. People separate, divorce, and so on. Okay, it's usually the bitch and the dick. I was going to write a book, The Bitch and the Dick.
I love that.
Divorce. It's true. Why is that? Why are you talking about each other like that when in fact you were not? Okay?
Correct.
We got to infuse the spiritual element to outgrow all of that. So watch, okay? If I'm coaching a guy and he's like, well, women and I go, brother, do you really think that this is going to bring you closer to women? If I'm coaching a woman and she's going to go, oh, my ex and so on, no. Come to peace, do your work. My ex, Erica, she was unbearable. She did things that were horrific. So I had to heal from that. And we got to be aware of what's unfair, but we got to heal. That's one. Two,
go ahead.
the bad habit of the eyes look outside, so we want to correct the outside, correct the inside. Do your work. People come together a little bit outside, For me, the most... I've spent so many hours in nightclubs, walking the streets, and I still do it.
You're still in the fucking cut, yeah.
This weekend, I'm going to be in Chicago. I'm going to be in Memphis. I'm going to be in
trenches, bro.
After that, I'm going to be in Geneva. I'm going to be in London. I'm going to be in Miami. All those dates are coming. Las Vegas. It's nonstop, okay? And meeting people usually happens a little bit outside. So be on the apps. Have fun with them. Don't swear by the apps. And don't buy into what people are saying. Trust you. Do you. At no point, we all buy into that illusion of like, oh, times are different. Times are not different.
Technology is just different.
Yeah. And the technology, it's all good. If you like it, go for it. If you love technology, go for it. If you're in between, don't. But don't worry. When I first started to tour, so suddenly, I don't know, I showed up, I remember I was someplace in Germany, or then I was someplace in Australia. So wherever I would arrive, okay, especially if it was a little bit of a smaller town, they'd be like, "Hey, Vince Kelvin, we love your stuff, but we're not in Hollywood here. Let me tell you how things work here." So I would listen, and I'd notice that I would still do good, but not that good. And at some point, I go, okay, what if I exercise common sense? Okay, and there's a misconception that Lisa Ling, she got it. Every wise woman that ever came around what we're doing, she goes, "Wow, thank you for what you're doing for women." Of course. What did you think? We're making men less needy, more sophisticated, more open-minded, less dependent. The guy that never has a girl, suddenly he goes to the doctor, there's a cute girl, he's going to be like, "There's that girl at the doctor." No, you don't go to the doctor to meet a girl. Let her work. Honor your doctor. There's that girl at work. Yeah.
Or bartenders. You don't hit on the bartenders as a chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. Oh, or do you do that? Have you done that before?
Straight up. I do a lot.
Oh, dude, she's at work though, man.
I'm a straight up person. You working. It's not fair if I start flirting. So I'm just going to stop right now. If you want more, just smile.
Oh, okay. All right. So you do encourage, a little bit of flirt at work, but
it's unfair. All those ideas that men are like that and women are like that. It's unfair. I've witnessed women that are super aggressive. Yeah. Okay, I got beat up by chicks.
Yeah, I believe it, man. But here's it.
Yeah, no. My first wife, when we had a disagreement, I didn't touch her. I got such a beating from it.
Right, no, headbutt your ass.
I want to get in. I want to get into your seminars a little bit, and you got a big roster of clients now. Now, what is when someone seeks you out for advisement? What is it that typically they express as their biggest, like hurdle? I guess, because I had seen that one guy on the Channel 5 talk about like he is addicted to pornography or something, or like, and I don't know, like, what's like a natural, like, what's a general, like, thing that you get the most of, like, hey, this is what I think my problem is?
Misconception, buying into false frames, just like what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, I'm being very playful, and because this is for the sake of entertainment, and I love being playful. Okay. And it's a big part also of the seduction process. We at first we get together, so it's got some role play and so on. I just did a program with my girlfriend, and I demonstrate how to properly escalate, because many guys, they're in conversation and they start to think, when should I make my move? You ever been there? So you're listening to the girl, and it's like, and you start to disconnect because you're thinking about, should I kiss her now or not? And you're like, oh, yeah. Wow, interesting. And she starts to feel that you're disconnecting, and you start to feel that she's feeling something, but you don't know what the cause is. And suddenly either you played nice and you end up a friend and you regret you didn't do anything. And on top of her, you're still cool. Nothing wrong than the false cool. To be like, hey, that's cool. If it pisses you off, don't get pissed off, but voice it. Say, I was hoping to see you again.
I was hoping to be naked with you, but...
Or suddenly they make the move. And every time a guy does that, he ruins it for other guys because, that's unfair to women. So we learn how to playfully start to get closer, touch a little bit more, and escalate. I teach the layers of touch. Most guys, they're under a false impression. I'm being playful here, but I treat this. First, I like to apply myself in life. I learned from some of my mentors, Tony Robbins and so on, that, whatever you do, do it well. Well, what's the alternative?
Right.
Rock off. I'm not a teenager. Okay. So I like to apply myself, and I like to work as well as if I was a brain surgeon. I want to apply myself. So when we start working together, it's a pact between you and me, and I honor the human struggle. And there we get real. We try to, pretend we're okay, but if you want to really connect, it's going to take a lot of work. And then we try to keep it real. It's usually a little bit in between. Most guys are capable, but they buy, into a false sense of like, well, with women the way they are today. What does that mean? Women the way they are today. Okay, they grew a new something on their head. No. Okay, and then they try to seek solutions that are off. Well, I think, for me, I just need to first focus on my business. Really? So when you be in a marriage, you be the guy that either your business will go down the drain because now you be focused on a woman, or you be the guy that your relationship won't last because you be overly focused on business. How about you learn to grow 360 every area of your life? And then, one thing that sometimes people come to me for, and I've never advertised that, but if we're honest, okay,
We're very honest here.
I'm a guy that way before it was trendy, I've always worked from home. When I was 15, I became a tattoo artist. I got quite a bit of press because it was uncommon for a 15-year-old to be a tattoo artist. It was backwards. My parents had to sign a release before I would tattoo someone versus the client signing the release.
Right. I love that. Yeah.
So there I
Love
was.
Europe.
Then after that, I went and I was a musician. And I decided to be a musician with the support of my parents in a small town where everybody was like, what? What are you going to do for work? So I've endured a lot of haters. And then when I came to America, I did music, discovered pay to play in LA. I was like, oh, fuck, man. I'm not going to pay to go play at the Whiskey a Go-Go, buy tickets. I started my own music school and I grew very fast, but I was such a hustler. Okay. If you know the distance, I would drive as far as Riverside from LA, an hour and a half to 2 hours to go teach because there were less students over there. I even won Best Drummer of California, the final, because I thought all the good drummers are in LA. Go do it outside of LA. Okay, so I was a hustler. Then after that, I became a hypnotherapist, then a spiritual healer, and then a pickup artist, always working from home, always handling it.
So hypnotherapist. Go ahead. Sorry.
Allow me. And then sorry if I'm a little sly. It's like that around old people. They take for fucking ass.
You're good, buddy.
I was the first pickup artist on YouTube, and back then the recommendation was make sure your video is not live. Make sure your video is under 20 minutes.
No, you're good. So I got a question.
But check this out. Here's the point. Here's the point. Now I've been self-employed for over 40 years.
Holy fuck, dude. That's amazing. Honestly, congratulations, sir.
With all those very peculiar careers and nobody took me by the hand and said, this is how you're going to be a hypnotherapist. This is how you're going to be a tattoo artist. Okay. And right now you see a lot of like, make a fortune today, you see all those clips everywhere. So there it's just, or you hear like how to get more followers, how to get this, how to get that. But how about the real answer? Be amazing.
Be undeniable.
Amazing. So part of that journey, whether you're a woman contracting me, and I started, all of my clients were women at first, and or a man, is let's work on being amazing. Because the moment, leader of men, the moment you score higher than the guys around you, automatically, the moment, you treat women better than anybody else. So that's what we're really after.
So I got a question for you about another gentleman, somewhat in your field, Andrew Tate, with his take on masculinity right now and how to be the most dominant alpha male. And he's talked about a lot of, I would say, trying to become more emotional and more sophisticated in your feelings and thoughts, or more beta male. So what's your take on Andrew Tate and his whole entire legion of men that he's trying to accumulate into a more alpha male dominance era? What's your take on that?
I would say contextualize. Okay. I don't like witch hunters, because the biggest atrocity committed towards women in history was witch hunting. And we don't realize how often it still exists in all directions. Okay. Now suddenly people go hunt something and it's still like that. So I'm not here to talk about anybody else and demean anybody else.
Right.
Through time, experience has taught me context before content. And it's easy to be a little overly attached to the content. So I think it's important to put it in context. There's many young men that could benefit from strengthening for just a sec. Let us not be fanatics about it. There's some good points everywhere. Let's evolve. I want to find the common sense within. I don't really know the person, so I cannot say. I had a dream the other day, and the dream was a question. Okay, I was like, okay, we meet, because I saw a video where he kicked like a little cup or something, and then I saw it before I went to sleep, and somehow I thought we meet, and somebody was asking me. That was a premonition dream that you would ask me, and
you dreamt that I would ask you this?
Huh?
Yeah.
Holy, what, you dreamt that I would ask you this question right now?
No, but I dreamt that somebody would say you have that guy and Vince, and they meet. What's the dynamic?
Right.
I think I would break him. I think I would have water run on his face.
He is a very strong man, though. You'd have to agree.
He is a strong man.
And he's much younger than you. And you know what? He's also he's very seasoned, I would say. Also, though, in the aspects of the government, right, trying to bring him down, right, or something like that. You never had a more arch enemy kind of trying to push you down, but how you would. I don't even know what I'm saying. Right now. I'm just saying, he just has a more, I would say, a more checkered past than you do. So I think he's a little bit more seasoned, possibly in a more.
Well, Top G is more like he's got very strong pillars of conviction towards certain things, right? Like, I've seen a lot of his stuff, and whereas Vince is more nuanced with like the individual client and stuff. I think if you two pair it up, it'd be an interesting talk because but I think what Vince kind of led in with was him maybe bashing the females with high body counts and kind of being more of that hyper alpha thing. He might be attracting fans by doing that, but it's not helping those guys by adopting that mentality, right? You know what I mean?
For me, first, it's a journey. We cannot expect, a 4-year-old going to be a 4-year-old, a 10-year-old going to be a 10-year-old, a 20-year-old going to be a 20-year-old. Okay, so we cannot expect, that we got to go through the journey. If we look back at me in my 20s, in my 30s, okay, in my 30s, I was at fucking Project Hollywood, going like surrounded by women, and I probably said things. Here's honesty, said things that would have him go, "Oh my God, I'm horrified. This Vince Kelvin guy." Okay, right. So, but I have learned through time that the idea is this: pro-human, and that's tough. That's tough, isn't it?
Yes.
How rapidly we gonna go back? And if we're all honest, you start driving. Somebody drives a little slower than you. Somebody drives a little faster than you.
Yeah, kind of like
and that is the issue that we must bring to the plate. Okay, that witch hunting. That he said this, she said that. Women are like this, men are like that. Yeah. That's not very mature. It's
not productive.
So I'm interested beyond, at the risk of offending some. It wouldn't be the first time. I do not like to talk about other people unless I really know them. And even then, who am I to say? Because many people have spoken about me too early. No, what I love is sport therapy.
No, that actually is interesting you bring that, because I kind of want to dive into that a little bit, Chow, if you don't mind, sir. Real quick, I just want to ask you, bro. So
he would kick my ass.
What's up?
He would kick my ass. So I probably
Entertain wouldn't do that to you.
I would show up with a lineup of bodyguards. I used to do bodyguards. That was a lot of fun there.
Honestly, Vince, I would not fuck with you. You look like you could fuck some pussy. I mean, some dudes up, right?
No, I had another hardcore guy, my former business partner.
You look scary. I'm not going near you, dog.
Oh, I've trained hardcore guys, like they were guys from Camp Pendleton. I remember they told me, they said like, you're not very tall, but fuck, you have endurance.
No,
I'm a
you
bull.
got
I'm a
some, man.
bull.
You got some bread, bro. No, but anyway, what I want to ask you was, so like you see all this hate on social media, and like when I first saw you for the first time ever, it was off somebody saying that you're teaching incels how to be men and whatnot. And you were an incel yourself. You were a fool. You guys went to like a pickup class or something with a bald guy with a like tattoo head and everything like that, and they were trying to like tell you guys how to like do certain things or some shit like that. I forgot what it was, but all I'm saying is you see all this hate online. What's your take on that from all these men shitting on you and the people you're teaching to be just better versions of themselves?
You know what? First, okay. Again, I cannot be responsible for anybody else, and I know how difficult it is to change. So, but here's the deal: right now, if I go to my social media, whatever's gonna pop up, okay, there I am already pissed off. It's Jim Ron, but it's not really Jim Ron. It's the Jim Ron page, and they're playing stuff that I know Jim Ron. I met him. Okay,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have. So anything that I will see that I don't know and I haven't come to know, I get a little tense. Don't you? That's weird. Why is that? Why? It's because I'm afraid. It's fear. We're all very concerned. If it's not like me, what does it mean to me? If it's not like me, what does it mean to me? And I got to heal that because I'm like everybody else. If I click, I'm watching something I like.
What are they saying about
comes
me?
a new fucking ad, I'm going to tense. If it's not like me, what does it mean to me? So right there, and it's just, it's for show. In the end, nothing will stay. So
It's all fleeting,
yeah.
So you've mentioned a lot of these guys like Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Tom Robbins, like that. Those are like your contemporaries that you've really leaned on more so than like the guys. Because after you've been doing this games, I know it came later after you, the Social Dynamics, the game and all that stuff became like popular. Remember that like 15 years ago when there's a TV show and all that? Do you think all that stuff was like bore out of like these OG self-help guys, or
the OG self-help guy came one generation before me? And early on, I heard one say, if you can be as fresh as can be, okay, like lit or whatever, but at the same time have the backbone of somebody who's twice your age, that will be incredible power. I liked it. So, I was listening to those guys. I wasn't like them. They had silver hair, suit, but I liked what they were saying, and it helped me to run my own business, to run my life. And I learned, I grew so much. Maybe they saved my life because I was listening to nonsense, at the time. That is still valid today. Then, I've witnessed the whole thing, the show, the game. I actually reopened the place where the book, The Game, was written.
You had that?
Yeah, I reopened it. When was it? In 2011, I reopened it, I think. And we had it for 1 year. It was a crazy experience.
What was it? Was it, because I didn't read the book, but I remember the show and the Neil
They
Strauss
moved
and all
into that place. I remember I was at the Standard one day with Ross Jeffries, and he said, "Oh, the journalist from the New York Times, Neil Strauss, is going to open with the magician guy, the guy with the big hats."
Mystery, right?
Yeah, people would say the guy with the big hat, the magician, that they were going to open this project. They had asked him, but he was like, I don't know. And me, I was getting married for the second time. And then a decade went by. So they had rented what was originally the home of Heidi Fleiss, had lived there. The comedian undercover brother, I forgot his name right now. What was his name? Remember that?
I'm not too sure.
Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, Eddie Griffin absolutely had lived there. Mr. Constantine, who had done all those like very scary movie, and he had died in the house. And then Dean Martin, the Rat Pack back in the days, had rented that as their pool pads because they had mistresses. So they would bring their mistresses there. They had other homes. So they opened that place and they stayed there. And the book, The Game, was written about their year over there. And suddenly I was teaching, I'm still doing it. It's a 7-day training coming up in the summer where we're in LA, and we do a lot of relocation. And I remember I told the guys we're going from a strip club to Melrose.
A strip club?
Yeah. We go like any place, you know, like we visit very openly.
Okay.
So in our relocation, it took too long. One day I said, from Melrose, a strip club, we're going to Melrose. I'm there, and they took forever. So the next day I decided to rent a bus. I ran into this ex-girlfriend of mine that was very scary. She gained so much weight, and she was driving a bus.
She's an elephant, yeah.
I told her, give me a good deal. I rent your bus. Oh, okay. But we just need transportation. We don't want a Hollywood tour. And we're in the bus, and she starts, to your left is the home of... And I go, we don't need that. We just want you to bring us places.
You stupid fucking fat cunt.
And continues. And then I realized we're not going to get away with it. So I go, guys, any home that you want to see? And they go, yeah, the house from The Game. We went up the wrong hill. The bus almost fell back down. We had everybody come out. Finally, we go to the right place. And they go, come, Vince, take a picture with us. And I go, I wasn't in the game, so I'm not going to take a picture in front. I'm not a fucking poser, okay? But you guys take a picture. And while they were doing that, I looked to the left, and I see for lease. And I called. And then we went on a mission. I had like a 2-bedroom in the marina. I had 7 interns lined up, you know, on computers all day long. And we worked like from 5 a.m. until 2 a.m.
Fuck that. What?
And we made it happen. We made that mention, and we made it happen.
I love that, man. You made them fucking work, didn't you? Shit.
So that house, I'm not too familiar with it, but what was the goal of that house? It was a bunch of dudes to hang out, and then you guys were bringing chicks back there and working game?
Yeah, you know, they were called projects. People still have them. I recently had one guy came from Shanghai, Project Shanghai over there. He visited me. So it was a project, almost like reality shows, and you know, all those different people living together. And the benefit of the mansion, we had a hip hop artist that stayed with us. We had crazy parties. We had the BET parties over there.
Did you guys
insane?
I'm gonna ask you something.
The Black Eyed Peas used to come there all the time.
Oh shit! Okay.
Party and we organized the crazy parties, but it's tough for men to live together. Okay,
so did it ever get intimate between the men? I want to know that.
Well,
I know there must have been something, dog. All those drugs, all those drinks, some little bit of hey, who knows what the other green tastes like?
No, I don't think so. You know, and there, you know, even if it had like that must have been about 25 years ago.
Okay. We
walked on Hollywood Boulevard, and one guy spoke to someone that was a trans, and he came back going, ha, ha, ha. I said, stop, fucking apologize. You know, no, because you know, the pickup community has never gone like, we're straight guys and we love pussy. You got a problem with this? No, they're afraid of doing that. Okay.
Wait, why'd you make them apologize?
The community has not been afraid, so props to that. I've been.
Wait, no, I'm confused though. Why'd you make him apologize to the transgender for trying to pick her up to come back to the crib?
No, not to pick her up, and it wasn't to come back to the crib. It was for making fun.
Oh, like, he's being a cock. I thought he was trying to pick her up. You told him stop. No, he's just being a dick to a transgender individual. Oh, okay,
yeah.
I get it. Buddy.
Yeah. So if anybody, while we were at Project Hollywood, some of the men wanted to have sex amongst themselves. Well, good for them. I hope it was good.
Right. No, that's actually. Would you like after he did that? Did that kind of concern you a little bit that you guys might have been infiltrated by some type of like, not misogynistic, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with that. Making fun of just people just because there's something different. I'm sure that probably soiled some type of relationships within that family of men, right? Within you guys. Did you guys ever kind of dive deeper into that with that individual or no?
No, I think the person was spectacular, and they were just responding to conditioning, and
Okay. Yeah.
We fairly rapidly can tap into amazing brightness within all of us. So,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
so in that sector of the quote unquote pickup artist or social dynamics game that kind of peaked or was became huge mainstream stuff back at when the game came out. How many of those guys are still doing it, and how many of them do you do seminars with and work with to this day?
Wow, that's a very good question. It a lot of people wanted to give it a go. So I've seen so many come and go, but the pillars, and those who really meant business have stayed around. And then there's some beautiful like relationships that were established. Like, I always get like some messages of people saying like, oh wow, I'm married, I have kids, but you brought a lot, thank you again for that. So many came and went. The pillars, they stayed, guys like Adam Lyons, Hypnotica, they're at it stronger than ever, AZD, those, because they were the real deal. They
It was
meant
like a calling to them. They love it.
meant business. They were misunderstood, but they meant business. And then those who really did the work, they went on to be remarkable men, because we've encouraged from the get-go, playfulness, but you hear to and there's a strong spiritual inclination. For me, I always had it, and I was teaching spiritual principles before I was teaching pickup. So they're very, 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 very good men. Many of them also went on to, they didn't teach pickup afterwards, but they started to teach in their own field or other things. If they were pursuing things, some of them have credible podcasts, this and that. So
Right.
that part was those who came half-ass. Once in a while, I run into somebody who went half-ass. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's so different. I'm not really trying, and so on. Because what happened to them, and watch out, this is sad. This is what will happen to the majority. Okay? If we're honest, to the majority. Jim Rohn used to say most people will end up broke, sick, kind of comes with the territory. We will, most likely, unless we go before. Okay, but few make it all the way to their last day, and no, there's no physical condition. They just went in their sleep, and lonely. So those who didn't really apply themselves, they didn't take this thing seriously. All the guys who go, I don't really need this. Oh, you guys, no, I know. Or they thought they were above the law. They thought because they were a guy they knew or they had a girlfriend.
Right.
It didn't get that much. And then eventually they mistaken one for the one. And they hanged in there in relationships for 5 years, for 10 years. Hopefully they not too much was involved. And then it ended and they came back and, they pretty much at the same place. Okay. So if you're doing it, do it with all you got. Do it for your future wives. Well, do it for your if you have children, do it for me. I had a godfather that enlightened me, like, because he was good with it. So do it, and do it also. Right now I'm gonna be, my girlfriend has a daughter, so I will be very good at like knowing, how to help her with men and so on. So
no, God damn it, dude! I love you.
Well, that's
Vince. I love you. Fuck,
I think
dude.
the people who I think you make a great point about
you,
that.
Vince, you sick bastard.
The half measures, with doing it, they're gonna live in a state of regret / bitterness towards it if they tried it and half did it but didn't really commit to it. But I gotta say, one of the things that it's got to be the most rewarding seeing people that you've coached or mentored go on and be like, dude, I
Succeed.
got this incredible life. I've done all this. I've done all that now because of you, right?
Yeah, it's always super rewarding, and that's the goal in the end. That is the genuine goal. I got to stand up for a second, stretch.
No, I feel like I gotta go take a piss real quick. I'll be right back, boys.
Water. Look at that. I got vitamin C here.
I'm gonna go rip a piss.
This one is collagen and lemon. Of course, I got the yerba here, and that's.
Yeah. So, are you pretty big into the biohacking or bio health stuff too? Does that kind of go hand in hand with this lifestyle?
Tell me more about it.
Well, I heard you say something about collagen in your water. Did you just say that? Yeah. So you try to like optimize your health through supplementation, that type of stuff, because that's a whole avenue too.
You know, the majors of life. The major of life. Well, first, you know, this body, I won't get a new one. Not in my lifetime, probably not. And I don't know that I would want to get a new one, right? I don't know. I trust that I will go when I got to go. Like, I'm very God-driven, so I'm all good. If something's wrong with my body, then we'll do our best to try to improve that. But I'm not the type that I hope to be immortalized or change my body and so on. So I got to take care of my body, okay? Relationships with people, it's never going to get easier, and the world will expand. You know, it's going to grow wiser in one way and worse in the other way, and just it's like to put up with that, okay? And then the toughest part is to go, oh my God, was I like that ever? So I got to be really good at dealing with people. I got to be good at dealing with my emotions. I got to be good at dealing with my thoughts. One of the saddest thing, you know, if I'm only in the world. Those who never really thought beyond the world, when they're about to depart the world, they struggle a bit more. So I got to go beyond the world as well. I want to be in the world, but not of the world. I want to be interested in, okay, what's beyond? What's after? My favorite question, which may surprise, is, okay, you know, amongst on social media, maybe I'll go, yeah, fuck this, fuck that, blah. And I'll go, oh my God, you're going viral. And we never know what's going to go viral, you know? So maybe the other day I had this little video and I was going to like, oh my God, look at that. But it's the one the next day that went viral. Who knows? But ultimately, I thought that in the afterlife will be like, no. You know who that is? That guy was an Instagram superstar. Come on in. Yeah. So there's the measurement of a valuable member of community. What does that mean? Well, all those human measurements, okay? They're awesome to some degree. I want to do well in the world. It's not one or the other. But what is the real measurement beyond the world? I don't know. Nobody can answer that. But I like that question. So every day I like to ask myself, okay, in the afterlife, what is the real measure? What would constitute, not even a measurement, but what would constitute of, that was a great life? What would constitute of that? So I'm very intrigued. I don't know how we got it. Oh, the majors of life. And then, of course, there's communication and there's relationships and there's sex. Sex, I think, is transcendence.
Absolutely.
All transcend. I want to transcend sex.
I got a question for you, Vince.
Well, we got very serious when you were gone. So
continue. I'm sorry for interrupting, gentlemen. I'm sorry. I had to go I had to get a piss and grab a beer. I'm sorry, boys. Continue your deep talks of sex.
No, Mir, go with your question.
No, please.
Okay. So my question to you is: so if you ever heard of bro code before?
Bro code.
So basically. Yeah, you've heard of it, right?
Brought to you by the makers of Bro Code. What if I never heard of Bro Code? What would Bro Code be? Bro Code. Oh, this is my favorite musician, Bro Code. No, what else could Bro Code be?
Bro Code is that if your boy likes somebody.
Oh, bio there. This is Bro Code. Yeah, no, Bro Code. Yeah. What's up, bro?
Bro.
I gotta
chill out, bro.
Code chest on.
You gotta get those nipples perked up a little bit for me. But what I'm saying is with bro code is if your brother, your bro, likes another girl, but you like that girl secretly, you know what I'm saying? You can't make a move on her because he likes her. What's your take on that? Because it might ruin the bro relationship.
Yeah.
So what have you ran into that a lot?
I had a guy who would come to me and go, oh, bros before hoes.
Yeah, bros before hoes.
That guy was nowhere to be found afterwards, okay? This is what people say and what people do. Oh, I had, like I've seen them through. Yeah, bro, man, we're tight, bro. We tight. Really? Where are you when I needed you? At the end of Project Hollywood, everybody went like. Once the parties were over, nobody said, "Hey, you're okay?" When my mom passed away, everybody went. Nobody was a, "Hey, I'm your brother. Can I do something for you?"
You gotta cry on my shoulder. Yeah.
Wow, what happened? Okay, you're gonna be good. Okay, so bro code.
So
they're working on it. I think code of conduct is important. Living by it is the biggest part.
Okay.
Most men will ditch even themselves. Okay, self code. Men will ditch themselves. One very unattractive thing. Most guys, what they do is they show up and they're with themselves. There's 252,600 minutes per year. Time it your age. Okay? Wow, that's over 5 million for a 10-year-old. That's 10 million for a 20-year-old. Suddenly, I'm carrying 20 million. Let's say I'm only 20. 20 million of minutes walking with me. That's how long I've been with me. Comes a girl. I don't know her. Not only, of course, I'm going to ditch my brother, but I'm probably going to ditch me. And suddenly the girl is not that responsive and the guy questions himself.
Now, what happens if that brother likes her, though? Your friend likes her, but you like her too. What do you do?
Well, I would say, people that you don't know, you don't know them necessarily anything. I like to be sophisticated. I've always been sophisticated. You could, gentlemen, if you want to know, you could find you could say, these are my 2 girlfriends. These are my sisters. Vince, Kelvin, you're going to stay in this one room with them for 1 month. And they would be like, oh, Vince. And they're walking around like that. And then, I wouldn't do anything.
Vince, let me build you a scenario, okay? You and I have been best friends for like 15 years, okay? I take you on this I take you on this lovely vacation and I have my female friend with me, right?
I wouldn't come.
No. You come. No. Somehow you come. You're there, right? You're there. You're doing your thing. I fall asleep, and my female is flirting, touching, becoming one with you. What do you do as a man?
I would be outraged.
Good. I like that.
I wouldn't be in that situation at the first place.
All right.
Let's review the basics, okay? Let's review the basics. You cannot have more cocks than vaginas. Unless that's your thing or her thing. That's it.
Right.
Okay? So, if I'm out with a buddy, I'm out with a buddy. If we're going to manifest, thank God for him, he manifests. If I manifest, the code amongst us is whomever takes the first step owns it.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
People take the first step. Don't put yourself in situations like that. One thing I like to teach, I learned that from, at some point I was coaching the daughter of one of the most famous producer in history in Hollywood. And we were at that event and she goes, Vince, teach me how to do that. I go, what? And she pointed out at Angelina Jolie. And she said, look at her. And Angelina had to be sophisticated, pleasant, and public. So she's shaking hands. And then suddenly comes a guy with a drink. Oh, my God, Angelina Jolie. And she would turn at the perfect time to make it impossible for the guy to talk to her. And she would be on her way. We observed her. We spent the whole night looking at it. She said, I want you to dissect what she's doing. I want to do the same. So that's a great thing. Those positions, either we're naive and we cannot be naive for the rest of our lives. But let's not put ourselves in those positions. Depends also who we are, okay? But if I'm a guy, I need to provide. And I cannot, that dynamic, or I'm a guy with my friend and he likes that girl and I like her. Also, it's ridiculous. Okay? No wonder why sometimes women don't want to be with many men. Because that bad habit that we have to fall asleep, because we're not falling for her. We're responding to the wiring. For a woman, we don't know. Oh my God, she's so hot. How do you know? Let's
Right.
go get her, take her temperature. My friend here is saying that you're hot. I would like to verify for myself, just to make sure. If you're over what is it, 100, we should do something. Okay,
Right.
comes with the territory.
Exactly. And I think, Mir, you're caught up because you're a little younger, and that
Right.
bro code thing is like a young man's game. When you're
Very
young and you hang
very
out with,
young.
you live with other friends, and you think being bros or friends is like the most important thing. But as you age, you realize, you know, you have people who you love, like actual brothers, and then you have friends or bro code type people. And it's like, you can't, it's not, it's inconsequential in the big picture of things, you know?
Right.
So like,
Right.
yeah.
I've been
But
taken
it's
advantage of.
cool, also, you know? It's cool. I mentioned Jim Rohn a few times, and one thing I used to love that he was saying, which was unexpected from a man of his age and sophisticated like he was like, you know, you got to celebrate the seasons. You got to celebrate, like, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know, comes a time when it's cool to be bros and have bros. I'm not demeaning anything. My humble experience has been this through life. It's usually not the people that you think that will show up and stay with you, and a few will, and it may be a surprise. Maybe a surprise. You know, there was a kid I played hockey with him, and we were like best friend. And one day we had a fight and so on, and then suddenly 20 years went by, and my mom passes away, and it's the middle of the pandemic, and it's hard to travel, and I make it, and even her best friends are like, oh, you know, I don't know. Well,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
want to. Yeah.
celebrate from home. And the guy fucking shows up. And I'm like, wow. And for me, I like to be the ultimate brother, and brother like to a brother to my sister, brother to, you know, I like to be the benevolent guy. I like to be the guy like who passes a woman with a stroller. I'm not going to be the guy who goes like, oh, nice baby. Woman, run away from men who make
You're a
about your
pedo.
babies. But I'm gonna be the guy that I keep an eye to make sure she crosses the street safely, and without playing the hero. Okay, so I want to be one of my best friend in Hollywood, really famous guys. Said, you know, one of my goals in life, I want to be the best friend, the best brother, the best this, the best that. And so what if people are not that to me? I'm not them. I make my own choices. Okay, so I can be an amazing brother. I'm the guy that will show up. Okay. You want we make a pact?
I'll make a pact for
I'm
you.
in with you. Absolutely.
Brother,
I'll sell my soul right now. I don't give a
you
fuck.
call me, you make me godfather of your future children. I will be the greatest godfather ever. You call me on the day of your wedding and you're very far, I will get in an airplane and I will come.
Vince,
you
are you?
stress? You call me and you need advice, I will show up.
Vince, are you
My
religious?
God, showed up for me like that. Incredible.
Vince, are you religious by any chance or no?
Well, you know, I doubt that. I didn't create myself. I don't know. I love live and let live, and I like to explore the beyond. Okay,
Right, gotcha.
the beyond, and I'm open minded, and you know,
Who knows what's out there? You know.
yeah, who knows what's out there? But I'm not per se religious, and so on.
Right.
If you're thinking about, okay, we got Aphrodite here.
Right.
I call upon Aphrodite.
You got Jesus over there in the corner.
No. That a lot of people mistaken. That's Saint Jude. That's patron.
Oh, so you're Catholic, Catholicism. Yeah.
No, not at all. No. You turn around, you know, I got Lakshmi here. Oh, you're Hindu.
Well, no, I'm not saying you're Catholic. I'm saying that's a Catholic, you know, totem.
And then Mother Mary, and Mother Mary has seen everything. She's been next to my bed for like decades. She's seen everything.
Well, she's not a virgin then, I guess, but you know.
Saint Jude, patron of hopeless causes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mir, should we give him a little
Yes,
taste?
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Hey,
Hang on, Vince.
Flip on me. That was a setup. No.
We're giving you a taste of something.
There's an ex-wife of mine that's right there, ready to come on.
Should hop
There's
on
an
right here.
Patty, whatever his name is.
No, we want your professional and your realistic opinion on this gentleman, okay?
Yeah, so this guy is a semi-famous comedian, but he has He's like 50. He's like, you know, the 40-year-old virgin. He's like that. He's kind of.
Wait a minute. I saw him. You had him on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank God I watched the interview earlier because I made that mistake. Remember the twins in Channel 5? The twins?
Yeah. Who are those?
I recognize that because I didn't watch the episode. They sent me 3 episodes to watch. I watched 2. I didn't watch the one with the twins. When
We didn't have the twins.
Guys, I thought I was being mugged in Vegas. They were so drunk, so high, so vulgar. I thought, oh my God, tweakers.
Who are? Yeah, what are those guys called again?
The twins. I call them the tweaking twins.
The Trailer Park twins.
Oh, it's beyond Trailer Park. It's tweaking. They're tweakers.
Exactly, dude.
I love tweakers. Let's get it.
So you watched a little of our DeVito episode.
Yeah.
What's your first read on that guy?
First, thank you, because I would have been a lot less serious if it wasn't for that episode. It was informative in many more ways than one would have expected.
Absolutely.
Second, confession, I didn't watch very long. So if something should have been seen afterwards, I do not know where it went. But, you know.
Okay. So this is something that came out, and it's his interaction with some women. And I know, like, in the dynamics community, the touching and stuff like that, it's like there's a special art to it, right? Like, you don't want to overdo it because you can, you know, repulse the women, but then you want to make that first move, like we discussed. But I want you to watch this touching and see what your thoughts are on it.
This guy is evil.
The best way to hear things through the great. I asked, girl. Thank you for brushing your hair tonight.
Okay, so when we played this, so when he saw this, he's claiming that lady, it's okay because that lady's a dude.
Wait, who's the dude?
He's claiming that lady he kissed.
That's a dude. That middle one is a dude. I can tell.
Who's the dude?
Well, the middle one, yeah.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, Ray DeVito. I'm like, who's the dude?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty gullible. Speaking of those tweaking twins, they totally got me. And then I was on Pootie, and here I am with a girl who's like known on TikTok, and she's totally like into it. And then some random guy arrives and goes like, "Hey, you talking to my girlfriend?" And I totally bought into it. Despite the appearance, I can be fairly gullible. So if I'm being played in any way, I'm gonna play along. So
no, you're not getting played.
No,
we wanted your expertise, but since you brought up the twins again, I thought those dudes only like dated black chicks too. Isn't that their thing? The Trailer Park guys?
No, I don't know. Man. They were scary, like in a bad way. Like, you know, like you're right. I am a bad motherfucker. You can tell. But I don't know. It was something like unhealthy.
Yeah, they had no honor.
But
should we keep going on this a little bit?
What we're watching right there, that's
no.
I can't believe they're that patient right there. You know, no. The women are way too patient with it.
Vince, it gets much darker.
Does it? Whoa, that's about as much as I can see. I'm shocked. I'm outraged.
Yeah. Hey.
So please welcome the gossip queen.
And they're all comedians.
Let me touch you.
You got to know what's happening.
Yeah, so they're all comedians. And he claims he's friends with them, but I don't know if you pick up anything in the body language
Let
that
me
you're
touch
seeing.
you.
The
Let me feel your breath on my
recoiling.
neck.
Obviously,
My
there's some.
bladder is so full. I keep on training myself because oftentimes you could be in a nightclub and if you're walking away with
Accidentally
girls,
breathe
and
on someone's
you
neck.
gotta use the bathroom. You gotta learn how to hold it. But
Right.
right there, I'm still trying to assess what is happening. So
He's sexually assaulting these women and they love it. Let's continue. What is he doing grabbing her inner waist?
Yeah, so that one there was kind of weird because I think that's a very sensitive spot, like that little hip back fat area. He started
Yeah.
pinching her there.
The whole thing from the get go. That I call, I wouldn't rush into sexual assault.
I wouldn't
But
say that either.
No, I wouldn't say that. I say go
It's
ahead.
called stealing touch. And in my classes to help guys how to touch, that's the first thing we learn. Don't do the stealing touch. It's bothersome. It's disturbing. It's ruining it for other guys. The stealing touch. No. The best way to touch is to tell and touch. You're adorable. Let me give you a hug. Oh no, I don't like hugs.
Let me
Yeah.
teach you how to do something real quick and then start grabbing
Or like
them while you're
something
trying
on
to do
like the
something.
hand or wrist, right? Like kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah. There's different layers, but that's stealing touch, and right there. Okay, right there. I'm not sure exactly what the setting is. Okay, and I love being pranked. So for all we know, you sat all those people down together, and you had that guy do that. So I don't know, but the women also, it's just the moment that happens, you turn and you go, "What's wrong?" and you laugh about it. And then you relocate. You don't allow that long. It's the whole thing. The guy next to him should be like, bro, okay, or something. I don't know. Even me, where are they? I want to go do something.
Yeah,
Let me get it.
it's an interesting arrangement here because this was 13 years ago, and it was the setting is like I guess they all know each other. So
we got to know if it's a joke.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't think it's a joke, bro. If you can judge by the white chicks vibes.
I'll throw it off because we don't need to go too much deeper into. We got a good
Yeah.
read on it from Vince, but
You think so? Yeah. I want to see more.
No, show him more. He wants to see more.
All right, I got one more actually for you. That's
Let's do one
hilarious.
more, Vince. Let's do one more for you, baby.
All right, so
stealing touch.
Stealing touch. All right, no more of that.
Yeah.
Damn. That sucks. You don't get to feel up people anymore. I mean, that's a great thing, right?
No. It's different. It's just like stealing touch.
I know. I'm just being coy. I'm just being
Okay.
coy.
Yeah. No. I think touch is amazing.
Right.
okay, so this is another one. Like, so he was in hot pursuit of a woman for many years that wasn't interested in him. He was trying to pursue her, and it bubbled up to the point where he had a meltdown.
Documented like that. The Institute of the Ray DeVito Studies. What is the deal? Explain to me. I feel like some parts are being left out.
So the Institute is a prestigious university, or institute, not a full-fledged university, that studies this one guy, Ray DeVito, and they make documentaries about him and publish these videos basically. And he's got a crazy history passed to him, and yeah. So this is one of maybe like 30 or 40 videos.
Ray DeVito. I'm googling it.
Yeah.
Yes, Google it.
Is Ray DeVito. If anyone studying with me is Broadway Comedy Club present The Mating Game, Chrissy Mary West and Red Bar. Ray DeVito is known for. It was in 2020, 2019, 2023. Ray DeVito, are we talking the same guy right there?
Yeah. He's got like the little chin.
Ray DeVito.
Nice
I used to like Danny DeVito.
No relation to him.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So
Ray Liotta. I meant to say Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta. Yeah, he's a great man.
Ray
Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah,
Dude,
Ray
what?
I saw him in Hollywood. It was just like in Goodfellas. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And he said like Even you always got to hustle in life. Even if you are an Oscar winner, you have to hustle. So Ray Liotta. Oh no, not Ray Liotta. Ray DeVito. Ray DeVito. We should put a show together. Ray DeVito and the twins and Tati, or what's his name? Tata, Titi, Toto.
Which one is that?
Tati, the fighter. The
Lone
Top
Ranger
G
and
Tate, Andrew
Toto?
Tate, Andrew
Toto?
Tate, and the
Ah.
Hodge twin, or not the Hodge, the
The Hodge
twins.
twins?
No, Mir, you might not know these guys. They're like Channel 5 guys. They're these twins.
Oh no,
These like
I know
white
Hodge
guys.
twins.
Yeah. With and then Ray. That'd be an incredible show. That'd be one for the
Would
ages.
it be very rude and inappropriate if I was to briefly empty my bladder?
No,
Oh,
I'll
go
go
for
do
it.
the same right now. I gotta go fucking leak a log, bro, and I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
you
my
guys
asshole.
go. I can run the show for a little bit. I'll go over the chat a little bit while you guys are out.
Meanwhile, to keep you entertained.
Yeah, so as our kings are going to take care of their business, I'll take a look at the chat and see who's here and who's doing what. Yeah, so Decline's asking about those twins. I got to look up what their names are. The Channel 5 twins. If I can, the Hoff twins. So here's the Hoff twins. I can show you guys them, so you guys get an idea who they are.
Allegedly in the Tenderloin. Antoine agreed to show me the biggest one, but he was a bit nervous about filming.
So what is this block, man?
These are the
We
Hoff
is
twins.
trapping over here, man. Selling weed, slapping booties, and making movies.
I'm in my mode. Money turn me on. Bitch, I'm chasing chicken. I ain't never chasing hoes. Bitch, I'm really on. Bitch, you really gone. You ain't talking money. Get the fuck up on my phone.
How would you guys describe the current state of San Francisco?
I mean, shit. I mean, it's a bunch of shit going on, but this shit ain't nothing new. You know, everything that's going on right now been going on. It's just more so like they making it easier for motherfuckers. You know, they giving out needles, they giving out shit. You know, like
It's part of San Francisco's public health strategy called
no money off of it. They'd rather take me and Tyler to jail because they know we're gonna bail out. They're gonna make.
So basically, these guys, they've been on a bunch of clips. They're internet e-celebs now, but this might have been one of their first ones.
They're awesome. They're
Yeah, the Hoff twins. So
yeah. I don't know them, but
yeah, I don't know. They were in a video that Vince, they kind of ambushed him on the streets in Vegas when he was running one of his conferences. So that's how he knows them. But
yeah. And when a couple people contract me, I feel like they're under my care. So if there's anything that looks a little bit like a threat from the get-go, I just kept it. Want to keep my participants safe. So.
fair enough, man. Fair enough. So
conclusion: I appear to be peeing faster
than Lil Mir, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna start playing this for you, and then we'll get out of here pretty soon because I got to run somewhere. But
the whole entire day. I saved the next 5 years for this.
I appreciate it, sir. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Rock Bottom Podcast. What's up? I got the lovely Ari Jane here with me. How are you, my dear? If this is a real thing with fucking Ari Jane, let's get real. If that's a real thing, that fucking cunt used the fuck out of me. That fucking attention-seeking whore.
Well, I love you, my dear. In whatever regards you let me love you, I love you. And that sounded weird as fuck, but whatever regards, I don't give a shit. I think you're fucking amazing.
I reject.
She showed up to my fucking work event. She inflated herself. I think I'm gonna go to WATP in Detroit. First, she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come to Detroit. I'm coming to Detroit. I'm getting my own fucking room."
Oh, I had it backwards. I thought the before.
I think it's rude as hell of you to ask.
Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I had it backwards. At first, I thought the before was the after, and the after was the before.
Yeah, no. So this is kind of.
I
It's
thought
kinda
that
cool.
we got along after all, and then it was kind of like, oh, in person, we apologize, and he was talking shit at first, and so it's after.
Yeah, so after he has this meltdown.
And what do you want me to do with this?
Well, I wanted to get your take on it because how does have you seen this dynamic play out where the guy is in hot pursuit, but then and is friend zoned, but then at some point something triggers him to erupting basically over it?
Yeah.
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 I assume it's common. I just like watching it play out.
That is what needs to heal. Okay, that's when we come into play.
Exactly. So this
to heal that, because the dynamic is simple. Okay, the dynamic. The guy doesn't really value himself. He suddenly doesn't remember he's dealing with a human, so he starts to have a crush on somebody that he doesn't know. He has a false sense of her, and because he's not nourishing this aspect of his life that's essential, will come from sex. Okay, then he's a little bit more needy than he knows it. Okay, it's like I haven't had food for a long time. I'm going to eat just about anything. He becomes irrational, and then he gets hopeful. He's afraid that it's going to break. See, that's where we go wrong. We're afraid to hear from the girl, no, I don't like you that way. So we pretend. We go, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And then suddenly it becomes a surprise, and the guy's disappointed, and he gets pissed.
100% what happened.
I had a girlfriend who was a stripper quite
that's
some time
hard.
ago, and we were talking about that. I was saying, do many guys go weird on you? What was the worst thing guys have done when suddenly you say you don't want to? And she says, you want to see? And it was very sad. So of course she had good game. So what she did, she'd be like, oh, maybe we can get together sometime. She would get all those numbers. So she had hundreds of numbers in her phone, even more. And then she would do mass texts going, hey, I'm dancing tonight. Come check me out. As she would send that, suddenly she mass texted everybody going, hey, you want to get together? So in record time, ding, 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 ding. All those guys are responding. Okay. And then she goes, watch. And I'm thinking, what is she going to do next? Insult them and so on? She did nothing. Silence. Then came the first wave. Did I do something wrong? Hey, you still want to get together? And so on. And then within minutes came the second wave of, well, fuck you then. There we have it. Yeah. So don't underestimate how imperative this area is.
Vince,
tell me, where are we? No, please.
No, I mean, continue what you're saying, because I'm going to ask you something about your past. But if you want, he has something more potent to say about the future.
I thought my record had been expunged. No, I'm being...
No, there's one thing I want to ask you. I want to dive back into the past with you, brother.
Back into the past.
Past life.
Into the past life.
Past life. You were a young young child.
Ready? Go for it. I am a young child.
Yeah. You were young. What was it like your first time?
When I was young, my very, very,
very first time. Like, explain that to me. And what did that mean
we
to
need
you?
to put it
like,
in
was
context.
this your high school sweetheart? Like, what was it?
My very first time ever. For all the gentlemen out there who happen to still be virgin at an age where most are not, first celebrate yourself, because we don't know what the ultimate measurement is. Second, for all of you have a concern that you get overly excited. It is normal. The first few times a man has sex, you get a little overly excited. So my first time, the choice of location was terrible.
What was it? Dude, walk me through the whole. Don't give me a broad vibe. Like, give me a story. I want to know what happened.
You want the whole story. All right.
I want to know the dirt. I want to know the location and everything.
Cool kids. And then I went to the bus station, because that's where the cool kids were. As I arrived over there, those two girls stood there. And one of them goes like, oh, who do you think you are? This is for all the kids. This is for grown-ups. And one of them took something and tossed it at me. And I didn't want to be defeated. So I went to the other side, where I saw this one kid with a girl. That girl was named Marilyn. And I stole Marilyn from him. And then we decided we were going to do it. But it was the winter cold. You wanted a story. It was a cold winter, a long winter in Switzerland. And I should have known better, but I brought her to the basement where she suggested there's a basement on your place. And the concrete was so cold.
You fucked her on concrete?
on cold concrete.
Okay.
Cold concrete.
All right.
Hey, maybe I should share the exact address where it was, and maybe
I would love that.
the plane or something. The second time was, I don't think they're going to watch this. At my cousin.
Have you ever been sexually attracted to your cousins before?
No, but one of my cousin was a distant cousin.
Because of my cousins.
Oh, no. Okay, but one story at a time. Okay.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But and then we're going to top it with wonderful words of wisdom. But
yes.
So the second time was at my cousin, and at my cousin, I wasn't a virgin anymore, but the girl was a virgin, so it was the second girl.
Ooh.
And we didn't anticipate that there would be a little bit of blood in my cousin's bed while the parents were gone, and then we're like, "Oh, we're gonna wash the sheets," and so on. But speaking of bro code, my cousin took the blame for me. How's that for a bro? It's a cuz. Cuz are better than bros. Okay, so you guys, we're not even gonna be bros anymore. We're gonna be cuz.
What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? What's up, homie?
Yeah. So what would be even beyond that? But anyway, so and where were we then? Something else happened.
No, I mean, Mir,
we got it.
I was just asking about his first fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like
nice.
that is something. Do you have you? Is she still alive?
No. Once I was like, what?
Is your first fuck alive, or is she dead now? Madeline, what's her name?
Oh no. She's alive.
Do you ever keep in touch with her at all by any chance, or no?
There was a gathering a couple years ago where she was there.
How's she looking? Good or rough?
She was the best looking girl at the time, but no. Okay. How many times did I get in trouble during that show? You guys lured me into a little trash talking. Next thing I know, I got Andrew Tati and the twins behind my door, and I go get refuge at my family, and then my cousin's parents go like, "Oh my God, the bed, it was you," and the other one goes, "Oh, you think I'm ugly now?"
Chow, did we trap him? Did we trap him or no?
Huh?
Can we what?
Did we trap him or are we troll? No, we're
No,
not trapping
no.
him.
I totally got trapped.
He's unstoppable, bro. Yeah, Mir, I actually got to bounce here in a minute,
just
but
a simple man.
No, you're good.
You're a little long. My
No,
apologies.
you're good, Vince. I think we're done here then, man. I didn't mean to make you think we're trapping you or about entertain.
We need something like that, like some final words of wisdom. So
absolutely.
You speak it because you please speak.
Before you give us the final send off words of wisdom, I want to say, Vince, it was a true honor to have you on, man. You've got so much wisdom in this field and just in the human dynamics, social dynamics, all that type of stuff. And it was a lot of fun, entertaining talking to you. And I'd love to have you on again, or maybe meet up at some point in the future. Maybe we'll cross paths at some point. So you're the man, and give these people who are watching a little wisdom that they can take with them for the rest of their day, week, month, whatever. Floor's yours.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to thank you, gentlemen. Chaplin once said laughter is the best medicine, and you're both very open-minded, very genuine, very kind, very funny, and badasses as well. So I got two new bros.
Yeah, let's get a bro code, bro.
And I hope you guys are going to back me up.
I got you, baby. If something happens, I got you, bro.
You brought all the... What if... if anybody was going to come after me after this, I think it's that DeVito guy. I think
DeVito, yeah.
If anybody,
he's a fucking tweaker. He will eat your fucking face off.
Back while I'm not looking at anything. So that's when we're going to see if you're really my bros or not. The twins I can handle and everything. That DeVito guy, I'm not so sure. Wisdom. Every day is a template. Okay? We were very entertaining and funny. But basically, one, watch, because it's not fair to favor certain days or favor certain externals, and because of that, justify going average. Uh, what you will have tomorrow is a reflection of what you do today. So, in the day that you're in, there's some stuff that's going to get to you. Let it go. Let it go. Don't carry stuff with you at all. Eventually, it's like drop it on the spot, but don't carry it into the next day. Second, you forging habits. So, forge good habits today, in the day that you are in. And gratitude is not an end result. If you're not grateful for where you're at now, no amount of followers, millions, women, this, that will change that. So today, let it all go, travel light, apply yourself, no matter what you're doing, the practice and habit of excellence, and be grateful to be who you are, where you're at, and for everything that you already have. And then don't worry too much, because it's all gonna go.
And this is our advice to you from our chat.
We know bros are coming for you.
But tomorrow's a new day, so you can forget about it.
I know
We
it.
set you up, motherfucker. You're dead.
Well, I got news for you.
What's up,
Vito
baby?
and so, I got an army of badass, hardcore lesbians that are gonna. Oh, yeah.
Vince,
you don't want to fear my bros. You want to fear my sisters. Long ago, I realized that. Long ago, you want to fear my sisters.
Yeah.
Did you know? We finished with this, a historic.
Yes, finish with us.
Fact, which was, it was women that saved the house of Casanova when he got in trouble. It was women. DeVito, women are coming after you. They're gonna save Casanova.
I love that. Vince, where can we find you at? Where can the fans?
I messed up, really. That's what I get for oversleeping today.
No, Vince, you're beautiful, baby.
Where can you find me?
Yeah, where can we find you, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna give my address so DeVito's behind my door.
No, I really want to know where I can find you.
As a
Street
tradition, I'm
view,
gonna
everything.
give my phone number right now: 323-309-3219. 323-309-3219. 9.
All right.
To explode. Pretty much everything is Vince Kelvin, I think, except X is Vince Kelvin 1. You find
Perfect.
one Vince Kelvin that took Vince Kelvin, take it back, because I'm the one. Vince Kelvin 1. YouTube, Vince Kelvin. Message me, text me, I'll send you a free program. Email me, vince@seductioncoaching.com, for watching this show to thank you. I will send you a full value free program.
Vince, it was an honor. It was a privilege, and you have blessed us and you've educated us today. So with that, everybody, thank you for watching. And Vince, be safe. And I hope Ray DeVito doesn't come after you, man, because that might be bad. Good luck, buddy.